What's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video, another episode of Everybody Hates Black Men. I am your host, Edward Anderson. And it's going to be an interesting weekend. Very interesting indeed. Shout out to Shannon once again. I was just on his platform. They were talking about single mothers and the value of single mothers. And it became it was a really good conversation. And this is why I share a lot of people that I share, people that are spurring really good conversations that are going to be outside of maybe some of the ones that I have. So that was great. And shout out to TJ, shout out to the real Dana, who I've listened to kind of off and on. Not really, but I know who she is, and generally the stuff I haven't really heard anything that's really giving me any flags. So absolutely. And who else was on there? And then she was on there representing. So like I said, we're about to get back, to the greater grind of things. And I got to tell you, I really got to say this. One person told me, "Yeah, man, you running out of excuses," and I was like, "No, I'm actually not. I'm actually not. I actually have links to like articles from Vice and a couple. Shout out to some of the people that send me that information. I got stuff that I could keep on hammering if I really wanted to, but quite frankly, folks are tired of hearing it. I also want to say this. This is probably the first time, this is probably the second time on YouTube that I've really put myself in a situation where I really, how you get in a situation where it's kind of like you gotta fight your way out or potentially fight your way out. And for the most part, people had their opinions. People said what they needed to say, and I get that. But for the most part, I lost a couple of subscribers, and they'll come back because I've unsub from certain channels off of stuff that people have said, people that you notable. I've unsub from Obsidian like twice before, so it happens. But for the most part, folks, really gave me the room. They challenged me, but they gave me the room to say what I need to say and then be like, fuck this nigga, they in. And I appreciate that. I mean, that shit says a lot more about folks than even the super chats. It really does. Because it's easy to press that unsubscribe button. So I want to say I definitely appreciate that from everybody. Also, I got Chris's link in there. He's somebody that gave kind of response video to what I said. Definitely subscribe to him because I do believe in sharing the wealth when it comes to subscribers. He sounds like he got some really good stuff. His stuff has a little bit better production values than mine. So trust me, I'm about to that stuff is about to get upgraded. So I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate that. Shout out to Katie Rage. I mean, there's people that, they stuck with it. They said, I can't, I gotta, exit on this train, but they got back on the highway. So I appreciate that. Well, Mr. Man has other issues. He has. I mean, I don't know him, and I don't know what's going on with him. Like real talk. That's why again I shared Chris's video. He did put my name in the title, but also I listened to it first, and he had some definitely valid points that echo what a lot of you all said. Now I actually recorded a response to it, but I said I'm not gonna deal with that. Really. Especially the thing about the light skin points where he says, "Oh, I'm always missing in skin tone," because the reality there's a reason for that, and it's not because I want some light skin versus dark skin shit. I mean, shit, all the fucking trouble I got into this weekend had nothing, or this week had nothing to do. That motherfucker wasn't light skinned, so that should tell you something. I took real bullets, on that shit. And shout out to She, because I'm gonna keep it real. She could actually have his own channel because she definitely has a strong point of view. The show was I'll share it. I did share it. Go to my community tab, but it's right here. And I was actually on camera, which I usually am not on camera. So y'all got to see that. Although I needed a haircut. I was looking dusty as hell. In fact, I mean shit, I still got my damn closet is fucked up. But technically I still got the camera on right now. Yeah. So anyway. I just want to do a quick Q&A. I'm probably going to talk a little bit about a couple of things just out there. And then we're going to get back in the flow of shit. I actually got some content that I want to produce cuz I've been talking about these uploads for a minute. Let me get that Discord. I gotta re-upload the Discord link. Um, so trust me, I got some shit. I got some shit. Let me see. What's up, Vince? What's up, Corey? Yeah, people were mad. But I think just want Glenn out. I think they just want but like you said, he's not in it. Yeah, he's not. It's exactly what I said. I mean, he's an independent operator, and there's a reason why I talk about certain stuff like that. Like Jada Black is his own. Jada Black is not really in a space. There's a lot of people that are not really in spaces. Like shout out to Your World, aka Superboy, Tareen Rain. There's people that are not really in a space. Yeah, absolutely. TJ, I've seen you on the lead attorney a lot. That's where I first saw you. So yeah, don't mind my channel because my channel is about to get wiped. It's about to go through a new phase of that. It's probably happening this weekend. So y'all don't be alarmed because like I told you all about how I'm gonna do a lot of my lives on the Patreon for free. And y'all have that so I can unlist that. And then my uploads are gonna be on this channel. So the big reason why y'all don't really see me venture off the beaten path a lot is because you know how it is. My channel's like a big soap opera. You said, what do I think about the short situation? You talk about two. When you say the short situation, automatically what my brain goes to. I'm like, nigga, what you talking about? But you talk about too short. He shouldn't apologize. This is my thing. If you're gonna apologize, don't fucking say it. I get tired of these Negroes in particular. From Snoop Dogg to and Snoop Dogg was right. Like he was right to say what the fuck he said. But all these guys saying stuff, it's like they forget they're famous or they talk to their entourage. The thing about it is, you think Too Short still don't have a preference for light skinned women and mixed women? He just apologized for 10 minutes like a little boy. And I got respect for Too Short. But my thing is, if you're going to say something, own it. I mean, but you know how it is. When you in California, you understand that Hollywood money. As soon as they start thinking you're going to get kicked out of that sandbox. And when I say Hollywood, I'm talking about like commercials, music, any of that. Remember, Too Short was kind of independently dependent. He was independent more than he was. But Pharaoh Too Short. Let me get an article, so it's not just me running my mouth. Let me see. Too Short apologizes. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, TJ. If you listening, you may be like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Like on some stuff with my channel. Like I said, I'm about to re-upload a lot of my stuff and get that redone. The mixed women. Yeah, comment. Let's do revolt. Cause I be wilding. Get a good picture. Yeah. So y'all can see that. I'm gonna launch the Patreon soon. So I'll give it to you. And a lot of my stuff is gonna be older stuff. I don't need no mm. And by the way, it's my middle brother's birthday. He just turned 30 today. So there's that. There was the Matrix thing. All right. No, the Matrix. Yeah, that's what we got it. Yeah. Okay, so if y'all want to talk about that, yeah, we about to jump on. I'm gonna jump on a couple of things. So get your questions down. Absolutely, TJ. So let me drop this, and it's shout out one short dude to another short dude. Shout out to Too Short. Here's my thing. If I was talking to Too Short right now, I would be straight up like, the thing about this social media thing. You got to understand Too Short's age. So this shit's like press releases, and I think people are just now starting to come to the appreciation for what that is, especially when you're famous. Like, dude. you know how it sounds saying you like light-skinned women and mixed women. And everybody's not on YouTube. That's another thing you got to realize. Everybody's not on social media like that. When you're somebody like Too Short, you're not so much of a consumer of social media as you are a producer of social media. See, me, I'm a consumer and a producer, and I kind of need to get more into the producing side and consumer side. But I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. So you don't really see what all these campaigns and trends and a lot of what these women are, as far as they want to be I don't want to say victims, but everybody wants their kind of victim story. Like, colorism, featureism, hair, black men don't want me. And then you have to understand that you're in California, which is not a great dating market for black women. And when I say not a great dating market, what I mean is there's better dating markets in the United States for black women in California, because California has a very liberal dating market, and as far as when, men dating out. And this is true East Coast, true West Coast, North and South. So for that reason, when you deal with local shit, which California is a very strong market statewide, but also in North Cal, your stuff is going to echo a lot more. And especially you're already famous, and especially people are looking for this stuff for social media views. Because let's be clear here, you you um you colorism, featureism, the light skin, dark skin shit on female YouTube blows up. And on male YouTube, if you look at a lot of male YouTube channels like BGS's and a couple of others, usually their top performing channel videos are when they talk about colorism or something like that, or when they speak to it. So I get he doesn't know none of this shit. This is an older dude saying his opinion. And it probably wasn't a big deal. Just like when we say the F bomb, say the FAG bomb, it wasn't a big deal up until a few years ago. So I'm giving him all the benefit of the doubt. But with that being said, this nigga did a 10-minute apology. That is how you know you were bending the motherfucking knee. And here's another thing that the dude brought up to me, and I had to say, nigga, you right. Like, not no, you right, but I said, yeah, you right. Because I said this to another dude on the chat, not all of that, but a little bit. And he said, but Edward, this is the same nigga that every other word he's the original of these bitches and hoes. This is the nigga that really popularized other than fucking NWA calling women bitches and hoes. This is one of the original kings of using bitch and hoe in the language in hip hop, like for the most part. Like, and this nigga would say bitches and hoes for like 5 minutes. And I remember Too Short's music, man. Shit was like, yeah. And I said, well, damn. And that nigga didn't apologize about that. And I said, well, damn, you have a point. He did it. But again, you're in a different time, and you live in a time where these women, you live in a time of blackfishing and shit, which I'm gonna jump on that shit. Shout out to O'Shea. So this nigga apologized for 10 minutes. And by the way, this is a clip of last year. This isn't even like something he said and there was a response. This is a clip of him saying that last year. And it came up. So once again, he's apologizing. Y'all want to hear it? Press 1 if y'all want to hear it.
I would like to apologize to anybody that's offended by my words. I am from the Bay Area. I come up in the Bay, and it's the whole racial thing to me has never been a factor in my circles. It hasn't been like because you're one race and somebody else is another, we don't like you.
That's another thing people don't talk about. When you only deal with black women, you don't really give as much of a fuck about the light skin, dark skin thing, because for the most part, you only deal with black women. And see, that's something that doesn't get said.
Because you're that race, we don't like you because you look like that or because you speak like that. And in the Bay, there are a lot of mixed cultures and mixed people. Like it was like that long before I got there. I'm not really into the whole hatred of I hate you because you're light, or you're the best because you're dark. I'm just not really into that. And I love my blackness. I love my family. on my mother's side.
Yeah. And so people read certain stuff in the shit that it's not valid. It's not valid. And so, but again, that doesn't matter. And again, I'm gonna tell you one thing showed me some shit about what recently happened on certain topics. People are gonna run, like shit is gonna be what shit is gonna be, and you have to understand how to navigate that. Yeah, it is too short, and so environmental awareness matters in situations like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, Too Short is not deep enough in the game right now to where his stuff is gonna really be affected. I think he wanted to put that out there to put it out there, but he should have. But I'm looking for people to stand on shit more. But I get why he did what he did. So that's kind of my thing on it. And overall, I want folks to stand on the shit that they say, because I want people to stand on the shit that they say. That's what I want. That's what I want. And I think folks are just used to the auto apology. Same thing with Dave Chappelle. Like, especially black men. I'm tired of black men taking a knee. If you think it, say it. Because I'm going to tell you who ain't fucking taking a knee. Lil Nas X ain't taking a fucking knee. Lil Nas X give nothing but a fuck. Well, that's why, Quentin. That's why I do what I do, because I try to my goal is not to tell you what to think. I've always said this. My goal is to give you perspective, because y'all gonna think what the fuck y'all think no matter what the fuck I say. So at the very least, giving y'all perspective may help y'all kind of think it. Well, because again, folks are worrying about saying the problem is men don't like me rather than being in alignment with what men want. It's like, again, and this is what's ironic. Too Short is exactly that. Short. I'm a short. We like the same height. So I mean, damn, if we were just talking about how females didn't want us because of that, then we wouldn't get nowhere. So that's the first story. We're going to drop that off. The second, we're going to do another story. I'm going to go through a couple of stories with you. I'm actually bring up O'Shea's video, because that's the easiest way, on the Nicki Minaj and blackfishing shit. And I'm about to go in on that shit real quick. Shout out to O'Shea. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do some rapid fire shit real quick while I'm up. Make sure you support the Cash App.
That's good, everybody.
I'm not going to play videos out of respect. If you want to see the video, go to the channel. Go to the channel, but I'm going to speak to it real quick. So O'Shea did a video on Nicki Minaj. And one thing I'm going to say, here's the thing. I'm not going to front. I mean, Nicki Minaj has some, she has some hits that I like. Shout out to Mr. November for the great panel. Absolutely. And I appreciate that for the $5 Cash App. I'm not going to lie and say I can put together about 12, 13 songs, like a CD of like maybe 15 songs from Nicki Minaj and listen to it. I'm not going to act like all her music is trash, but I tend to be cooler with the pop music anyway. So, but the thing about Nicki Minaj that I've always not liked is Nicki Minaj gets passes. She gets passes. And she gets passes for a lot of shit. She got passes for the Malcolm X shit. She got a pass for kind of the she gets passes for making Ado disses. And I'm gonna say it just like this: that bitch wouldn't have no money if it wasn't for Ados. In fact, she wouldn't have no fucking money if it really wasn't for a lot of the dudes in the South, because Nicki had to go down south in order to blow up, because New York was so competitive, as far as a market. So the reality is, she can thank Ado's blacks for what the fuck she has. And the fact that she's been able to occupy the female rap market for 10 years, part of that was corporations. But you see how far that shit goes with Iggy Azalea. Because remember, Nicki got real nervous that she was going to get replaced by Iggy Azalea, and then Iggy Azalea flamed the fuck out. And so the reality, well, right now we talk about Nicki for the most part, but so Nicki has been given passes. Where fuck the Kenneth Petty shit. Even before what her brother did, Nicki has been given passes, and Nicki gets a lot of passes. She really does. And one of the things that really pissed me off that O'Shea really spoke to was that fucking was that shit with the that Michael B. Jordan tried to do. And this kind of, I'm gonna tie this together where we black men need to stand on some shit. Like, real talk, Michael B. Jordan is a nice guy, and if you really like understand how he came up, because I go all the way back to Hardball with Michael B. Jordan with Keanu Reeves, because I was in Chicago. The reality of the situation is, and I'm gonna say it just like this, if Michael B. Jordan wants to start a rum business with alcohol, I don't give a fuck what these Caribbeans think. The reality is, he's making money in an American market, and he should have stood on that shit. He really should have. I get why he didn't, but he should have stood on that shit. Because what the fuck are they gonna do? Like, real talk, they're gonna bitch, they're gonna cry. It ain't your culture, bitch. Fuck you. Kiss my ass. Nicki Minaj does shit on other people's cultures probably more than anybody. That bitch always wearing some Tokyo shit. Shit, she appropriated Lil Kim's fucking style. A lot of these motherfuckers are walking cultural appropriations, if you really want to call it. And so my thing is, that should have been one of those things where bitch, sit the fuck down. All your money, you didn't go to the Caribbean and make that fucking money. You came here. And for those of y'all that think that's a low blow, Jennifer Lopez, when she married Mark Anthony, went down there and got that paper. A Marilyn Negra be going and getting that paper. So let's stop acting like off her being Afro Latina. So ain't to say there ain't no paper over there to be gotten. Same thing with you notice Rihanna didn't open her goddamn mouth about it. Who's also from the Caribbean, just so y'all understand, I'm not just talking shit out my ass. Nicki has a history of this shit. Now it'd be different if Michael B. Jordan makes some money. You'd be like, come on, man, I got some Caribbean causes. You can support. All right, I'll give you that. I'll absolutely give you that. That's valid. But this bullshit of saying that he can't do some shit because of my culture, bitch, fuck you. Because ain't nobody throw that shit at you like that when you had something to say about Malcolm X. Somebody who died off the strength of your ass can be here. You were given a pass when your mama was defending what her son was convicted of doing. And that's not a little shot at y'all. Like I said, y'all can be mad. That's not what I'm talking about. But what I am saying is that motherfucker did that shit. So that's not a debate. And then if you want to say, yeah, but that's not her, well, then look at who she got married. And then look at the fact she's intimidating a Ado's black woman because of what her fucking boyfriend that she got to take care of because nobody else want to deal with her fucking plastic ass. And trust me, I remember the first time I ever heard somebody mention Nicki Minaj, I didn't realize they were talking about her. Like, nigga, I want her to have my baby. Who is this bitch you all are saying? And then it's her. Oh, well, that ass can't be real. But whatever. But y'all tried it. I mean, she all right. She attractive, but she ain't like, nigga, I have her baby status. Like, y'all niggas was losing y'all fucking mind. I mean, I heard that from like a couple of different niggas before I found out that's who the fuck they were talking about. I was like way in 2000, like 2009. But my thing is, that's probably the biggest thing that pissed me off with that. And it's like, yo, so you want to play this because keep in mind, this ain't Dominicans do it, this ain't Puerto Ricans doing it. This is somebody that is black. Oh, well, this my culture, this my that, this my this. I'm sure Michael would have broke some folks off something that was Caribbean, but we don't really, we speak to it, but we don't really be pulling that shit on y'all like that. Not like that. And I'll give you another article. There's an article that Robin Williams tried to be in a Harry Potter. He tried to play the dude that was Lupin, that was gonna be the werewolf, that ended up dying in one of the Harry Potters. I think it was the he ended up dying in one of them. And they denied him that because he wasn't British. But I'm like, we're not denying these people this shit when they come over here. And so when she defended a white bitch off of black fishing, something that black women, and see, this is something where black women need to, this is on y'all to tear her ass apart. Because Nicki Minaj, if y'all wouldn't, I'm not blaming y'all, but if Nicki wouldn't have had your support, she wouldn't be around. And Cardi B is like another version. Cardi B at least don't throw as many shots, but she throws her shots too. And it's like, how come every number one bitch has to be some kind of quasi like non-ADOS female? And I'm not here to say people can't get their money, but I'm here to say motherfuckers aren't going to be telling us what the fuck we can't do off the strength of culture when they get allowed to do the same shit here, or then they actively defend people that are non-black in doing that. That's the shit folks are talking about. And I'm like, see, the last bitch that should be pulling that bullshit with her history. Rihanna don't even have that much. Don't even have that many hits against her. But see, what it is because motherfuckers want to see somebody winning so much, they don't care about who's winning. Anyway. Nicki Minaj, if you see her before she got her plastic surgery, ain't all that. Nicki Minaj, man, Smurgo, wow, that's okay. I see you got a type, Smurgo. So we just gonna let that go. So yeah, so I wanted to speak on that shit because Nicki Minaj has really avoided being really hardcore checked. And I don't even care about so much canceling people, but I'm talking about like Nicki Minaj like is due some real humble sauce. She really is. And part of these situations would not happen if black people were quote unquote on code in the first place. You know, and again, I'm not here to play the ADOS, not ADOS game. But what I am here to say is motherfuckers coming in here on some, I think I'm going to play this Game of Thrones, bullshit class version. You come in here, sneak the bullshit in and sneak the bullshit out. Nicki Minaj should have been told to shut the fuck up. You notice Nicki Minaj ain't apologizing. Notice that these females don't apologize unless white people make them apologize. Notice that. And that's whether they're ADOS or non-ADOS. Man, Cardi B is artificial. Like, y'all really talk about Cardi B's attractive. Cardi B is actually not that attractive, honestly. Unless you just like stripper bitches just off the string. Well, it's not a well. It's my point is what people like to do is they like, well, you hate everybody. No, I ain't about hating everybody. It's about calling bullshit where bullshit needs to be called. The reality of the situation is Michael B. Jordan had every right to create that brand and base it off of fucking Caribbean culture. They could go to hell and eat shit. It's just Michael B. Jordan ain't trying to have any unnecessary backlash because he already got dealt with the, oh man, he like white bitches shit. Exactly, Vince. She really is, and you could get better for $40. And I hate to say that, but you could. So anyway, I just wanted to point that shit out because part of the reason why, a lot of stuff doesn't go anywhere is because we're not really honest about the things behind the things. It's like this is what people want to do. People will have these conversations and then they'll want to sneak they bullshit in. They'll try to put the shit in the fine print. And then you look for people like Ice Cube will read that fine print. And then you got other motherfuckers that want to go along with it because they think the outcome doesn't matter, but they're not thinking long term. That's the problem. He might have C Gully, but my point is she didn't have to do all of that. That's not really her place when she's made as much money in the United States as she had. Michael B. Jordan was not trying to culturally appropriate shit. And she wants to play that card, but then she want to run a protection racket for other motherfuckers. She can be right about her the other chick's bandmate being mad. That could be true. That doesn't make her wrong. And my point is that this shit don't affect me. This is the stuff that black women complain about. This is like the blackfishing ain't a black male problem. It's a black female concern. But this is me letting you know people hear the shit. And Nicki Minaj providing a black face to protect the female doing that ain't the business. And then on top of that, you could go ahead and get at her ass. Lori Harvey's attractive. Yeah, Lori Harvey's attractive. You could get at her ass for what she did with Michael B. Jordan. It ain't even about that because one thing, Red Planet, you got to understand, I don't, you notice how I don't use a whole bunch of theys and shit? I bring up examples and then I address the example. And what people try to do is they'll try to say, well, they try to use the shield of the group to protect that individual. And then folks get mad when I lump them in with that individual because I'm like, that's what you doing. You're caping for this person rather than saying you right, they need the deal. Like, I'll give you an example. I said Sha'Carri Richardson needs to shut the fuck up. She needs to win because she's embarrassing us talking all that shit because it's making us look like we're all barking no bite, which African Americans have never been about that. But because she's a young and dumb chick that want to be a full-blown 304 the way she want to act, I'm just going to say it what it is. Them Jamaicans whooped your ass. Okay? And that's just what it is. And so please shut the fuck up. You see that? Not no, oh man, well, you know what? Them Jamaicans, they be smoking weed too. You see how that works? That's what I'm looking for in the reverse for people to do. Just like when I say with women, I say, we wouldn't have to talk about this shit if y'all handled it. Now, I get the whys behind why it doesn't happen. A lot of the women that would are not around, and the ones that are still around, it's too much because the whole women that are on some I want to be wild shit will collapse on them. What Obsidian said about that Borg Hive shit is absolutely real. So I get why they don't do it. And so a lot of dudes, they're gonna we have a right to voice our concern from our perspective. And if women don't like it, well, I have a list of women: Love Dorsey, Pink Book. I got a list. I got a list of women. What version of the shit you need to hear it? Because I got women that'll tell you the similar shit. Crimson Cure. If you can't, exactly, she is Sha'Carri Richardson, and I'm not rooting against her. But you're an embarrassment right now. Like, real talk. And it didn't have to be like that. For what? Smurgo, shut up. No, she doesn't. I'm not even putting that on the stream. But if you look at, but here's the thing. If you look at, I hope I didn't. Did I delete it? I might have deleted it. Let me see if I deleted it. And we ain't going. I know I always say we ain't gonna go on forever, and then we go on forever, but we really ain't going on forever. Cause I do have shits to do. Appreciate Justin March for the $5. No man wants to eat off the community while simultaneously shitting on this same community. Yeah. And another reason why she gets a pass is because she's a female too. That's another reason why Michael G. Jordan kind of was able to get checked like that. Because Nicki Minaj, you got to really think about it. Nicki Minaj did that shit off the cusp of the, like, Nicki Minaj should be quiet. But she felt like she felt bold enough to say some shit like that. I don't think I have the video. Yeah, she felt bold enough to say some shit like that because, again, motherfuckers are not being checked. They're not. And Nicki Minaj has had a couple of situations where she's done some dumb shit like this. This is not like the first offense. Her past credit card is over. Yeah, I don't have it. So anyway, yeah, she is. I would put Chloe Bailey in there too. I would put Lori Harvey, Chloe Bailey, and her sister. The problem that I don't like about Chloe Bailey, though, is Chloe Bailey just reminds me so much of where we've gone because she's going into the whole shit so fast. And the reality is she's going to be one of them chicks that, oh, I was young. I was young. One of them chicks. I was young. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about that. I was young. Hell, I say that. Whenever they can't say nothing, I was young. Like, that's supposed to be, when in doubt, you were young. Just say you were young. That's that white cop, I was in fear for my life. That means you ain't got no real excuse. Okay, good. When in doubt, just say you were afraid. What's up, Chris? The calling card. The call. No, there's other. I'd say I'm strong, independent. I don't need no man is the official calling card. That I was young. That's some new shit. I was young. Okay, so that means you ran out of excuses. You know, as a dude, a black man can't never say he was young. I need that sound bite. I was young. Don't let me get on my soundbite game. But I didn't like that shit, yo. And I'm not even into alcohol like that. But I was like, man, no, I have. I tried to listen. I looked at the first episode, like half of it, and all of that damn fucking translation bullshit. I just wasn't feeling it. I may have to go back into it. And by the way, make sure you support Shannon's show. Here's the link. And this is the link to the video that I did. I came in like, maybe 30, 40 minutes in. It was a good panel. It was one of the few panels where the teams got divided not by gender lines. Titans is getting interesting. Superboy, say no to simping. Superboy represented that red pill in the last episode. He even gave that look. We don't simp here. I need to make that a meme with Starfire. The look on a woman when you have lost control of this nigga. She had a look that was classic. Darius Harper writes with the $5 super chat. Do you feel the sister girl code of the gynoxy prevented these females from circling the wagons around Ado's men and Michael B. Jordan? Absolutely. Because you got to remember, to a lot of black women, Michael B. Jordan might be a colorist. But I don't think women are thinking about it like that. Not like that. I think the problem is people see this stuff. This stuff is so like in the moment that people are not thinking about, past, present, or future. That's just not what people are thinking about. So, yeah, they're just not thinking about that. I mean, social media is just so in the moment, and not in the moment in a good way. There's a difference between being present and then just being in a moment. It depends on how you use it. But a lot of people should have told Nicki Minaj to shut the fuck up. Not just women. A lot of people should have told Nicki Minaj. Some dudes should have basically started a beef with Nicki Minaj and told her to shut the fuck up. Where 50 at? I was young. You back him in the corner. He's like, check, 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 check. By the checkmate him. I was young. Move back 3 spaces. Fuck. You said Chrissy and Paris, of course, because that's it. Like they look, guys. You got to realize they make money off that narrative. One thing about the social media, the YouTube game, is you make money off of certain narratives, like brand narratives, and colorism and featureism and the victimhood of black women. I mean, that's a money maker if you know how to speak to it. And if you're a female, that's money. And it depends on He said, I'm not white. I'm Italian. You'll never hear Italians say that. You'll never hear Italians say that. But Italians used to not be considered white though. It was never they would say they're not white, they're Italian. It would be people would say they're not white, they're Italian. Because Italians were more put into the Latin category. Oh yeah, she sure enough did. I believe she does. Wouldn't that be funny? Wouldn't that be ironic if Pink Pill didn't have a black man? I wouldn't be. I'd be like, damn, but I wouldn't be mad. That would be funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie. That make for some of us look stupid as fuck. Cause our channel's starting to take off too. At most, yeah. Well, they got to expand. Like white people always expand it when their numbers are running too low. That's when they offer. That's when they offer invitations to certain groups that have been waiting. Damn man, this nigga bought his whole life work. Let me see. I don't think Koreans are people of color. They damn sure not. You got your global entry yet for travel? Nope. I probably won't travel for a while. North Africans and Anglo-looking Arabs are considered white in this country. Yes, they're considered white from a governmental standpoint, but not a social standpoint. And the social standpoint is what counts. Yeah, the white birth rate is dropping, and you know what they did. Well, they could thank Margaret Sanger for that because even though black women use abortion more than anybody else, white women still use abortion, and white women still use abortion, and they didn't need that. And feminism, and see, and I'm not trying to relitigate old shit. I'm not. But I gotta say, if you understand how white women's birth cycle, I'm talking about white. I'm not talking about white, and then you may find a colored person somewhere in their tree in the last 3 generations. I'm talking about like white folks. I can understand. You got to think about it. If you white women cannot really afford to be having kids at like 20, at like 28 and 30. Black women might be able to pull that shit off, but white women cannot. You cannot up the age for all white women. And then feminism is forcing them to go more in jobs than in the home, and as a result they're starting to have kids. I'm talking about other white you can't that's not gonna work for them. That's not going to work for them. They need all of those years that are typically available. So where other groups can kind of get away with doing that, they can't. So that my point is that shit has fucked them up more than anybody. Just saying. Sage Steele was back. Well, Sports Center is probably all they gonna put her. But Sage Steele has been regulated to Sports Center for a while. I mean, Sage Steele is not well liked. She probably knows how to act around the white dudes in there, but and I didn't even know she was divorced. Because them niggas them white dudes be getting tired of these motherfuckers. How do you market a new channel? This is my bot account. Oh, wow. I mean, y'all got it. I'll say this. Do I have a lot of stuff that I can tell y'all about marketing the channel? Sure. But I'm not going to act like I'm the biggest expert on marketing YouTube. I have a lot of stuff that I definitely could give you that would help y'all out, but that I don't implement on this channel. But a lot of this stuff is finding communities you can collab in and collab in. It also depends on what type of channel you're doing too. I wouldn't call Sage Steele a Sambo. Sage Steele is a tragic mulatto. She's a classic tragic mulatto, kind of like Doja Cat. She's a textbook tragic mulatto. I was almost white. That's why she has an issue with her father. Mr. Shane, this is a birth rate of every wealthy nation is dropping. That comes to the territory. How many of these wealthy nations are not white? Other than Japan. And Japan has different problems, but that still doesn't deny my argument. Yeah, most Middle Eastern people are gonna put white. That's expected. Shout out to Michael Ross. Facts, their genetics are recessive. Older equals more problem. Yeah. So when you, and I'm not justifying shit, but when you understand, we know who created the laws. It makes sense that they would have that. You can still have your morals, but it would make sense because they need all those years. But again, you open up the bag of feminism. That's what they did that. In fact, the men kind of helped promote that. That's a class situation where certain men did that to control other men. So they allow these women to have more access into society as a way of stop gapping the men. Doja Cat is weird as fuck. I think she's very weird. I don't understand the appeal, honestly. I don't understand the appeal of Doja Cat. Doja Cat is shaped weird. Her body is weird. She strikes me as a female that is goofy as fuck and not in a good way. I would love to see what she looked like in high school. Sure, then go with that Ray Hammer. Like I know where a lot of free information is. That's one of the things I used to sell. I know I aggregate a lot of very free information. I mean, the information's out there. The issue is more with execution, and that's something I will go into on the Patreon. Is I'll do more alluding to how I do affiliate marketing because I do it a little bit differently than most people do it. Well, none of their music, all these bitches' music is trash. I listen to light skinned Keisha's music. I say it's all right, but none of these women are really making bangers like that. Usually, what's going on is the music gives them credibility, and they just build up a social media following and monetize that. That makes sense that she's South African because she has that kind of vibe of like one of them colored bitches. I could believe she got work done on her body. Sage Steele is attractive for her age. The problem is you ain't gonna get it because she don't like black men. When you congratulate, don't get me started on Sage Steele because I'm very disappointed in Sage Steele. They are, and that's really what it is. I mean, at least even them had to have some fucking skill. Kareen, not Karen, says she's a great entertainer, one of the better ones from her group of colleagues. That's not saying much, Kareen, but I've heard that from other people. I've heard that from other people. But fuck her entertainment. I'm talking about her music. Be like, who's your favorite rapper? Doja Cat, get the fuck out of my car. What bitch? Get the fuck out of my car. I grind the brakes to a stop really quick. Get out. Where am I go? You better call Uber. You better call Uber. There was a couple more that did both, but it's way too many of these stripper hoes. And I'm gonna tell you, they're not just in music; they're everywhere. There's a lot of women who are former strippers in affiliate marketing. These women are among us, former strippers. I'm dead ass serious. They are among us. Don't think because they're not obvious savages doesn't mean they're not among us. That does not mean that. She makes airhead music for hoes like SZA. SZA is talent. SZA at least knows how, like she can sing. Sweetie, a lot of these chicks are just socialites with music. That's really all that is, and it's yeah, they're not really adding any artistic or value to shit. It's just shitty ass pop music, and not even like the good kind. A lot of these like ultra matriarchal, fucking spiritually gynocentric chicks. Yeah. Uh, all right, y'all. It's been great, man. Been great little convo. SZA is very attractive, but she gives me sis. The problem with SZA is SZA tries to hide her airheadedness with spirituality, and because she has looks, a nigga be like, man, I fuck anyway, even though she's dumb. SZA she can sing, but SZA's dumb. She doesn't need somebody to do thinking for her. Kareen says, I agree because she just show her music instead of her body. What did Quentin say? Another weird chick is Summer Walker. That bitch. Yeah, Summer Walker is weird too for different reasons. Shout out to Shannon. Like I said, I put the link earlier in the channel. Make sure you drop it. Like I said, I like people that promotes really great conversations, so I believe in doing that. Make sure you stop by, give them subscribe. But yeah, yeah. As Nicki Minaj would say, she's a stupid hoe. That's Nicki Minaj's legacy. A whole bunch of stupid hoes in the industry, and they're all not like that. Like Haley Bailey, I think is like one of the few legit females out there. It's just I'm like, you want to talk about booty positivity? I'm like, don't be known as the booty bitch. Like this is what I would say to Chloe Bailey. Like, you're gonna get very far if you leave some to the imagination. But once you become the booty bitch with Lord Have Mercy, you know how many gifs motherfuckers are gonna make with that? And they're gonna see it over and over and over and over, and then it's not gonna be nothing new. Yeah, Summer Walker has surgery. A lot of these chicks have surgery because they're insecure as fuck. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Some of them can sing. Most of the ones I'm talking about is the rappers. Now, if you start getting to and sing, they can technically sing, but you know, it was too revealing, Kareen, and it's kind of like, okay, so why are you? Because see, the thing about Chloe before she came out is Chloe, she wants to go through this whole phase, and the thing that I say is like the thing I say is like you got to understand, you're not Miley Cyrus. These white bitches are Christina Aguilera. They got to do that because they got to get all of the I'm pure and white bullshit out of them, like in order to kind of be seen as like having some authenticity, right? Black women don't have to do that. So when you do that, which you're not really helping your value because your problem is kind of an opposite problem. You want to produce authentic music but still maintain like being in the mainstream. And Chloe Bailey could have did that. But what she wants to do is she want to do the Nicki Minaj shit and she want to do it like completely. You're not going to get away with that because that's going to hurt you more than that's going to help you. But that's one of these things where these hoes want to all be the same. They want to be the same. And they don't understand branding matters. If all of y'all a whole bunch of booty shaking bitches, then y'all are gonna be treated like some booty shaking bitches. And don't come at me later on talk about well, you don't treat me with respect, bitch. All you are is a booty shaking bitch. Well, yeah, Jackie, it is Chloe, not Haley, but Chloe's trying to work on Haley a little bit. And it's like you got to leave some to the imagination, um, Chloe, because she's got the shape and the figure like that silhouette shit. You actually could get more sexual movement from. You can get more thirst from dudes off showing the curves versus just showing your ass straight up. Don't do that all the time, and you're going for what's cheap and easy versus what's going to pay you in the long run. What you want to be is you want to be the female that these guys covet. Like as a BB say, you want to be the poster on a wall. You want to be the Madonna and the whore, but you want them to see you as a Madonna, but imagine you as a whore. That is how you own these dudes' souls. You shaking your ass and being like a stripper that these bitches, these niggas can go to ain't doing shit. In fact, it makes you look goofy, especially if they know you're not really about that life. See, I know this shit. Just because I don't talk about it don't mean I don't know it. Vesuvius. That's what she gonna be saying when she's 29. But I was young. Like, Chloe Bailey needs to be looking at. You need to be looking at Jennifer Lopez. You need to be looking at Rihanna when she first came out. You need to be looking at Beyonce when she first came. But it's a different time. That don't mean shit. So I'm not even necessarily telling her not to sell sex. But but Beyonce, Beyonce does twerking and stuff, but Beyonce isn't known for that. There's a reason for that. And to be fair, Kim K understood this a little bit too. That's why she always put everything out there. No, Chloe, yeah, Jackie, she maybe could, but Chloe's not built like that. Chloe doesn't have that mentality. Chloe's a follower. And that's unfortunate, but she's a follower. Chloe's a follower. She one of these females, she couldn't wait to like let it out. She's one of these chicks that actually believes that sex is like being a hoe is empowering. And I'm like, do you understand that only black women say that? You don't really hear Latin women say that who's known for being sexual. They let you say that so they can let y'all look stupid. That's why they let you say that. And that never like dawns on you all, dawns on folks. It's not gonna work. Now Chloe still has time to reinvent herself. We'll see what she does in her second and third music video. White women, yeah, most white women don't say that though. White women that say that are considered lower class. White women are not known for that, Angela. They're not known for it. They're not known for it because they let black women get out there and be known for it. That's what I mean. Yeah, you can find a couple of white bitches to say anything, but they're not known for it, and there's a reason for that. Well, I mean, I'm not saying that Chloe Bailey should always cover up. What I'm saying is you don't do that in your first music video. That kind of shows that it's like you scared that you wouldn't really pop like you thought you should. Because remember, if you got strong music, you shouldn't have to do that. And that's something you do in order to kind of really blow up. You blow like when you really need to get advertised stuff out there to make a splash. But that's not something you start off with because eventually it's going to have diminishing returns because people are going to be used to you saying it. That's the difference. It is her first music video solo, Kareem. It's not, it's her, from what I've been told, it's her first one solo. I get they did other music videos with her and her sister. It's her first one solo, though. So just like how Beyonce's for Crazy in Love wasn't Beyonce's first music video. Hell, Destiny's Child wasn't her first music video. But I hear what you're saying. I'm not saying white women are better. What I'm saying is white women are very good at convincing black women to embrace shit that white women won't do. But white women will get the benefits of what black women basically were pawns for. That's what I'm saying. And black women got to start recognizing that. Fuck black men, but women got to start recognizing that shit for y'all own brand. That doesn't help y'all. Because honestly, it helps black men because black men, y'all are gonna be easy sex access because y'all gonna have that mentality of giving up sex as empowerment. Maybe not to every man, but a lot of us. Like Kendra said, a lot of that shit is goofy. And we're not even gonna talk about, Meat Mill's naked women cover that folks want to cry about. Well, Carrie Hilson fucked up because Carrie Hilson decided to go against Beyonce and hate on Beyonce. And I get Carrie Hilson probably looks as good, if not better than Beyonce, but again, that goes back to Beyonce basically controlling her image. Carrie Hilson was just nowhere near at the level of Beyonce at all. And Carrie Hilson seems like a chick that's never been told to shut the fuck up and actually listen. I don't know why I thought Beyonce would be taller than that. They say Beyonce's 5'7", Carrie Hilson's 5'9". Carrie Hilson actually could have ended up like Sierra, but she got her knees cut off because she did what she. In fact, go type in impressive. What happened to Carrie Hilson, and that will let me see, and that'll tell you. Yeah, why Carrie Hilson career ended. She did a video 4 years ago on that. Damn, you know you big when you got your shit verified. Damn, this chick is at 1.2 million. She got more subscribers than Kevin Samuels, boy. Yeah, impressive. That's that. Why did Carrie Hilson fall the fuck off? It goes through that. I'm gonna keep it real. Here's a fun fact. If you wanna cheat and like know kind of about some of these artists without really doing a whole bunch of research, you go through her channel. Boy, she gives you the whole 411 on a lot of this stuff, especially if you're not really deep into entertainment like that. Yeah, now it's just about selling sex, Kareem. That's really what it is. It's passively selling sex. The women are going to identify with it over empowering, and the dudes are going to, it's about selling clicks. I mean, that's how a lot of stuff is now. Yeah, her channel's called Impressive. Just type in Impressive channel and then Carrie Hilson and they'll pop up. Like honestly, if you wanted to get into kind of these celebrity junk stuff and understand like who Summer Walker is and stuff, you go to certain channels, you'll get gamed up on who all these people are. And then you'll have a better context to whatever story you're talking about. All right, y'all. It's been great. Like I said, make sure y'all hit me up on that Cash App. Like I said, we're back to business. Um, yeah. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. There's more good stuff to come. And with that being said, yeah, Lovely T is good, but the thing about Lovely T is the difference between why Impressive better is Impressive does her stuff in a documentary format. So a lot of her videos are long-handed. So she really goes deep into the shit. Another good dude is Carcino, but he doesn't pump out as much context. Lovely T is good for like news. So like if you want to see what's going on currently, that's what she's good at. Yeah, they are trying to sell it to other women. They are trying to sell it to other women, but they're really trying to sell it to both because other women don't have the same kind of money. So you got to keep that in mind. Anyway, it's been great, y'all. With that being said, this is Edward signing off. Peace.